Sometimes communication can be hard. Usage of slang words in the English language. English slang words are informal words and expressions that are used among a particular group of people, often with a specific meaning they attach to them. They are often created and used to express shared experiences, emotions, and attitudes. The majority of English slang words vary regionally and generationally, and they may be used in place of standard English words or phrases to create a sense of identity and belonging within a particular group. While slang words can be fun to use, it is essential to be aware of their context and usage to avoid miscommunication and offense. Today, we would like to show you how British and American slang can vary, causing some misunderstandings between people. I was lucky enough to catch such a conversation between two long-distance friends. One of them is Polly, who is from London, and another one is Vasylyna, who is from New York.
Hi mate, how are you?
Hi, well, not quite good. My boyfriend cheated on me today.
Listen, you won't believe what happened to me today. I've got into such a dark situation.
Oh my gosh, what situation? Tell me about it.
Prepare your cuppa.
Prepare my what?
Don't interrupt me.
Then stop using your weird British.
I'm emotional right now. At that moment, I was absolutely gobsmacked. So, you remember when I told you about my project that I've made? Everyone in my group liked it. They said it was hunky-dory. So, what's the problem, you may ask? My professor said that my presentation was an absolute codswallop. I was preparing for this bloody project for 2 weeks. This day was such a disaster.
Wow, can you translate it in English now, please?
Wow, we could hear so many British slang words there. Some of them sound pretty normal, but others can seem like a real challenge. Now, let's find out what they mean. Straight into the conversation we hear mate, which is used instead of the word friend. Next goes daft, and it means silly or stupid. The word cuppa is a short way to say a cup of tea, and a single word gobsmacked can replace a whole sentence, be so surprised that you cannot speak, but in an informal setting only. You can use hunky-dory instead of something very satisfactory and pleasant. The last but one, codswallop, stands for nonsense. And finally, bloody is often used by natives to emphasize what they're saying in a slightly rude way.
British slang is a unique aspect of the English language that has become increasingly popular and important in contemporary culture. It has gained worldwide recognition and is now used frequently in popular music, television, and films. Since these words often have different meanings than their equivalents in standard English, they might be difficult for non-native English speakers to understand. British slang has a long and rich history, with various forms of slang evolving over the centuries. The most famous form of British slang is Cockney rhyming slang, which organized in the 19th century among the working-class residents of East London. Cockney rhyming slang is a kind of a code language in which a rhymed phrase is used in place of a word or sentence. For instance, dog and bone is used to refer to a phone, and apples and pears to refer to stairs. In the early 20th century, British slang evolved by introducing new words and phrases from various sources, including the military and other subcultures. British slang is still changing and adapting to new social and cultural shifts nowadays. There are a good deal of different slang terms used in modern jargon, ranging from online slang to regional dialects.
Oh wait, the conversation is not over yet.
You've mentioned something about your boyfriend, right? He cheated on you? Spill the tea.
Yeah, we have dated only for 1 week and he cheated on me. God, this is so gross.
Wait, what? After 1 week? How could he?
Don't ask. He cheated with my cousin. She's completely nuts.
She's what? Anyway, how did you find out?
I did notice that she was a little shady last weekend, but I wouldn't believe that she had a crush on my boyfriend. When I told her about him, she was like, Slay Queen, I'm so happy for you. And then this situation, I'm literally pissed off. Now I want to tell everyone how flaky this girl is. Hope they pulled an awful all night together. There's no biggie for Jake to ruin something good.
It's crazy and all, but could you repeat it using normal words?
Now that was American slang. Could you guess what some of the expressions mean? Let's find out. It all goes well until you hear cross. Did you freak out? Hopefully no. Modern teenagers use this word many times a day, and it means something extremely objectionable, offensive, or disgusting. Next goes nuts. Yummy! But not in our case, unfortunately. Nuts is used to describe something or someone crazy and foolish. Shady is an interesting one. Usually, when some objects are shady, it's hard to see them clearly because they are sheltered from direct light from the sun. The slang word shady actually has a similar meaning, but is mostly applied to people and means that the person is untrustworthy, dishonest, and unethical. Then, we could hear the expression to have a crush, which means to have a strong but temporary feeling of liking someone. What comes next? Right, Slay Queen is used to cheer a stylish and confident young woman. Flaky is a modern way to say eccentric and unreliable, and pull an awful all-nighter means to stay up all night, especially to study or work. Last but not least, no biggie. You can use this to say that something is not a serious problem.
American slang, a dynamic and colorful aspect of the English language, reflects the nation's diverse culture and history. It often originates from subcultures, becoming mainstream as society evolves. For example, phrases like slay and yes queen from the African American and LGBTQIA+ communities have entered common usage. Historical events also influence slang, like going nuclear from the atomic era and going postal from the 80s events. Artistic influences are significant too. Shakespeare's plays and TV shows like Star Trek have introduced unique phrases into everyday language. Moreover, irony plays a key role in slang, often reversing the meanings of words, like bad meaning good in the 80s. Slang varies by era. In the 50s, cool meant something impressive, while the 60s introduced far out for something amazing. The 70s had groovy for something enjoyable, and the 80s popularized red for something exciting. Each decade brings new terms, reflecting the changing times and attitudes. American slang is not just informal language, but a reflection of societal attitudes and cultural shifts, constantly evolving with each generation.
So, understanding and learning English slang words can help us better communicate and connect with others, especially in an informal setting. English slang words are something that's commonly used on social media platforms like Instagram, as well as in music and pop culture. Since they are used on a day-to-day basis, they quickly become outdated and tons of new slang words keep coming up. Therefore, keep up with the most recent ones to help you understand the conversations happening around you and participate in them without feeling lost. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, we will be glad to answer them.